I think it will be okay. Thank you for the honor for providing me with an opportunity to interact with all of you. After a very lively session by Dr. Mehra, today I will be talking about some of the government initiatives which are taking place or which has a lot of potential to take place in the field of currency, coinage, as well as some other security products. I come from an organization which is basically performing sovereign functions on behalf of Government of India, the Security Printing and Minting Corporation. This is manufacturing all currency notes, all coins, passports, non-judicial stamp paper, excise labels, all government medallions like Bharat Ratna, Padma Award, Series Award, everything, and all postal department stationery also. Basically, we are in the security type of setup. So, since we are already in the second half of the workshop today, by now we all must be having a very fair idea of what blockchain is. So definitely blockchain, I treat it as a value revolution. The way it is creating an impact on our socio-economic, legal as well as political fabric of our life, that it's not simply a technology but rather a philosophy now. And we all have known that there are certain principles on which the blockchain technology works, like distributed database, peer-to-peer transmission. Dr. Mehra also mentioned irreversibility of records and computational logic. But the true blockchain-led transformation of government sector as well as the business, government business, is still many years away. Because that's why I treat it that blockchain is not a disruptive technology right now, which can attack a traditional business model with a low cost solution and overtake all the firms quickly. But rather, it is the foundational technology. It will take decades for blockchain to seep into our economic and social infrastructure. But definitely, it is on right track and it will move further. The process of adoption in government sector and business can be gradual, steady, but not sudden, as we feel right now, as waves of technological and institutional changes are gaining momentum. Just to give you a data, that out of about 2 billion internet users globally, right now about only 0.5% of them are exposed to usage of blockchain technology. So definitely, its time has come and it will move stronger and stronger. So if we talk about government sector and business, the existing systems can be very well migrated to blockchain technology without buying any dedicated server or any very expensive capital cost. It is possible to do so, as we all know, pay-as-you-go model, which are being adopted by companies like Amazon Web Services, IBM, Microsoft, Google, etc. All these IT companies are having a large footprint in the blockchain space now, and its use in public sector, in government sector, will also definitely bring a lot of change in the way our books, our ledgers, our accounts are maintained, by ascertaining the accountability, the transparency and the decentralization of the data, and with the keywords like trust, provenance, intermediation and consensus. So now I will just give you an idea that how blockchain technology is going to help us in the field of security printing. Let us take the subject of e-stamping. We all know that non-judicial stamp papers are used in various works like registration of land, flats, so many other things. So currently, right now we have two types of stamp papers prevalent in our country. One is paper-based, that is called non-judicial stamp paper, and second is electronically issued stamp paper, that is called e-stamping. As we can guess that e-stamp papers were introduced basically to fight the menace of fake stamp paper. We all must have heard about the infamous Abdul Karim Telgi scam, which happened in the field of non-judicial stamp paper, ranging into about 60,000 crores of rupees. It happened way back, about 20-25 years back. So this led to this e-stamping coming up as an enabler to basically curb this menace of fraud. Now, there are certain challenges involved in electronic stamp paper right now also, because some fake stamp papers have been detected in circulation also, and these are costly centralized solutions which are prone to cyber security threats. So the idea is basically to introduce blockchain technology in the production of e-stamping or e-stamp papers to ensure that it is authenticated. Authenticated, by that we mean that a system in which one can confidently authenticate that the issuer is who the stamp paper claims and it has not been forged. Second is the integrity and tamper-proof, as the blockchain technology itself vouches for that it will be meant for the issuer which has been originally intended and it cannot be tampered with. And thirdly, and the most important thing is distributed truth. The biggest challenge right now in e-stamping is that its issuing systems are single point of failure. If anything happens, that's a single point of failure. While the stamps may remain valid, the ability to verify them is lost if the centrally managed database is corrupted. Moreover, if the registry fails, the stamp themselves could become worthless, since unlike paper stamping, they do not hold any intrinsic value without the registry. So a system is required where this truth is distributed across multiple tiers, which is completely tamper-proof. And then other benefits like seamless integration and sharing also. Right now, current e-stamping process has given least importance to this concept of sharing. And this is the process by which the recipient of a stamp paper shares it with the third party. So basically, blockchain will allow the creation of a time stamp and the storage of digital documents in a form that will prevent all these tampering as well as fraudulent activities through the means of hashing or anchoring. As we all know, hashing is just like the fingerprint, which is very, very unique. And this will definitely result in enhancement of the revenue opportunity for the organization, for the government, the building cost as well as efficiency mechanism, and will be more resistant to cyber threats also. Now the second aspect where this government sector or the SPMCIL as an organization has ventured into is excise adhesive levels. We all know that on the liquor bottle there is certain excise levels, adhesive levels are basically stuck there. And all state governments are affected by the liquor counterfeit and underreported liquor production also, leading to revenue leakage. There are limitations in the current labeling system, which cannot track production. Holograms and stickers, etc., are susceptible to counterfeiting, and there is no efficient way to identify the bottles which may be counterfeit. So as a result, almost all the state government, because this excise state on the liquor is basically the subject of a state government. Now they are coming up with the demand that blockchain technology should be used to ensure the traceability system in the adhesive levels also, where every transaction will be recorded as a block in the chain, and the inventory itself will enable tracking and logistic service till the end user. So by creating a strong distribution tracking system, illicit sale or even smuggling of the liquor can be curbed. And similarly, a lot of scope exists for the usage of this blockchain in currency making, the track and trace, as well as the passports also. Very soon, we will be having e-passport system introduced in the country, and then gradually all the passport holders will have to migrate to the e-passport. E-passport basically means there will be a chip and the antenna inside the passport, and which will store all the data, and it can curb to a large extent the menace of the fake passport and everything. Every movement, when you have entered an airport, where you have come out, all those things, where have you gone, everything will be entered into that chip. So very soon, within one year or 2 years, gradually everybody will have to migrate to the e-passport system. So in security printing, basically currency, this adhesive labels, e-stamping and the coinage, there a lot of scope exists which may be taken gradually by the government. With this, I will end my talk, and I wanted just to apprise you about the government efforts in this security printing. Thank you. Thank you.